Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth once again. I just recently saw The Monkey King, which was on Netflix, and this is a very interesting take on a legend that, if you're into Occidental myths and lore, that you will find relatively familiar. But of course, obviously, I don't have any Asian history, but I'm drawn to story. I'm drawn to story. I'm drawn to legends, and I'm drawn to myths like a moth to flame. So of course I had to see how this is going to be different from other versions of the Monkey King I've seen. Of course, I liked Monkey Magic growing up, but it was one of those cartoons that it's highly underrated, and I think it was widely forgotten. But I have to say, this one was spectacular. I loved everything about it. It was authentic, from voice actors to the design of the characters, and it was just absolutely spectacular. And the songs were just incredible. And I love the fact that the villain is a straightforward villain. Yeah, but it's funny because he's kind of his own worst enemy, and I'm not going to say why, but his element gives it away. But yeah, as a villain, he was very intriguing. I'd never seen a villain done this way before. So yeah, give him a little bit of sass, give him a little bit of pizzazz, give him a little bit of, certain je ne sais quoi that makes him, likable, but also you learn to hate him because he turns out to be a traitor. I'm not going to say how or why, but that's a little bit of a plot reveal. Sorry to spoil it just a tiny bit. I didn't really spoil the movie. It was just a little bit of a glimpse into the tale. And as I said before, it's a fresh take on the Monkey King, and just everything about this is just unbelievably good. It's very fluid, especially the 2D. I love the 2D sequence because it's just fast and furious and in your face, and exactly how you would think a big battle sequence would be. And if you're into martial art films, you're like, yes, because it's just so good. And I'm a huge fan of that kind of thing. So this was way up my alley, and just the snarkiness of the Monkey King himself, and how sarcastic he was, and just his repartee with the other characters, and how witty, and he just has a certain trickster element that I enjoy. Well, he's a trickster. I mean, he is a character that follows his own rules and is chaos incarnate. I don't know if you could call him chaotic evil. I'm not sure where he lies on that scale, but he is chaotic, obviously. But yeah, I thought that the movie was extremely well done. Must see if you're a fan of Chinese legend, definitely. Um, 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, hands down, no vetching, no complaining, no lags. There's absolutely nothing in this movie that I thought was something that weigh it down or bog it. It was very straightforward, and I think it had some really good lessons too, some takeaways for the viewer, and I'm thinking that there's something for everybody here. And I personally just love the designs of the characters because they were very, bold and also very fluid, and I thought that's an interesting combination. And also how they depicted the villain and how the villain was portrayed at the end, I thought that's also something you don't see all the time. And I'm not gonna say what because that would give a lot of things away, but being an elemental as he was, it makes sense for why they made that decision. Um, Other than that, I really can't say that much about the Monkey King, other than I don't know. I like this version a lot. This was a Western take, although it was done by people clearly that had been exposed to the source material since their youth. So yeah, these people know the legends. Most likely they are of Asiatic descent. So it's accurate. It's accurate. It's authentic, and is presented as it should be, with just a little bit of sarcasm, sarcasm and sass, and a little bit of chutzpah, and just a little bit of everything that gives it that little bit of punch. It makes it fun. I thought that this was a lot of fun. This reminded me quite a bit of the Bad Guys, just how, you know, rapid it was and how you had to keep up, even though it was a really digestible story that anybody could, accessible, I should say. It was a very accessible story that anybody could sink their teeth into and like and enjoy and be entertained by, as well as getting insight and enlightenment and learning a little bit about Buddhism as well. So I thought that was really intriguing, because I know a little bit. I'm not too familiar with Buddha's work or what he did. But yeah, I thought this was a really just absolutely glorious depiction. And like I said before, all the voice actors and actresses, they just did a phenomenal job. The songs, as I said before, just absolutely splendiferous. And I think I do like the theme that the Monkey King has, but I think my ultimate favorite was the villain song. I just have to say it. The villain song and the remix of the villain song were absolutely slamming. I mean, I loved it. But that's basically all I have to say. So until next time, live well and prosper. Ciao, Tutti. Catch you on the flip side.